Okay, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. I'd like to call this public hearing to order for this Thursday, June the 4th, public hearing on the CDBG CARES program. And with that, I will turn it over to Cindy Sharon.
At this public hearing, citizens are invited to express their views on community development, housing, and homeless needs in preparation for the submission of an application to the Maryland Department of Housing and Community Development, known as Maryland DHCD, Community Development Block Grant Program, referenced as CDBG. Comments will be accepted through June 8, 2020 by emailing gccomments@garrettcounty.org. All comments will be made part of the record. $4,451,130 in CDBG funding is available to be awarded statewide from the Coronavirus Aid, Relief, Economic Security Act, known as CARES. Funds must be used to prevent, prepare for, and respond to the coronavirus. Applications for consideration of CDBG CARES COVID funding were made available for public review at the beginning of this week to continue through Monday, June 8th, by accessing the website using information provided in the public hearing notice advertised in the Republican newspaper on June 4th. The two applications proposed are for rental assistance of up to 3 months to low-income persons at risk of losing their home due to COVID-19 and in-home services for elderly and disabled individuals isolated by COVID-19. Requests for funding currently total approximately $520,000 for approximately $720,000 in total project costs to include rental assistance, inspections, salaries, and contractual expenses, utilizing the proposed subrecipient Garrett County Community Action Committee, GCCAC, and its Division of Service Coordination and its Department of Aging and Nutrition. Assistance is available countywide with a projected 453 beneficiaries served. Applications are due to Maryland DHCD on June 12th. These applications under consideration followed a survey that was distributed to local municipalities and the numerous agencies represented on the Garrett County Continuum of Care, to include community action, social services, the health department, and other health providers, individuals that have experienced homelessness, public safety, faith-based organization, and other representatives dedicated to meet the needs of people experiencing homelessness or at risk of homelessness. Today we have staff from Garrett County Community Action, and I would like to first turn it over to Regina Gerhardt in regard to the services that they are considering with the application. Thank you, Regina.
Thanks, Cindy. One of the things that we have asked for is some funds to be able to better support in-home care for our elderly and disabled clients in their home. One of the objectives of the Area Agency on Aging is to keep folks in their home as long as we can, safe and healthy. And today we currently serve about 50 seniors in the county in their home, and they're provided either bathing and or chore service 1 or 2 times per week. We have a wait list currently of 25, and we anticipate some urgent needs should we have caregivers of those elderly, so their support systems who would be impacted for COVID. We would like to be able to step in and offer some immediate in-home care and personal care support to support the families and those seniors and disabled folks.
Thank you, Regina. And I would also, we have Carrie DeSimone online, and I wanted to see if she had any comments to add regarding the rental assistance proposed.
Yeah, hi. So the rental assistance portion, right now we are seeing a lot of people that are behind on rent due to COVID-related activity, a lot of loss of employment, loss of jobs, and people just not being able to work because of the virus. So our hope is to be able to not only use some of our homeless prevention funding to get some of the rents caught up, but also then to use the CDBG rental assistance money so that we can help them for a couple of months afterwards to provide that stabilization so that people aren't losing their housing.
Thank you very much.
Sure.
I wasn't
Cindy?
sure whether Dwayne Yoder, President, was able to join us today.
I'm here. I'm looking at you.
Wonderful. You're on.
So I'm sorry. For some reason in my mind, I was thinking the hearing was at 4 instead of 3. But thank you all of you for having this special meeting, because I know this was a cold meeting, but we had to get this application through by next week. So thank you much. The only thing I would add, I mean, Regina and Carrie described what we're talking about. There are probably, we saw an increase. We went from about 5% of tenants who are not paying rent to about 16% across 700 units that we manage. So we projected that to the number of low-income renters in the county as a whole. And that comes to just a little over 200 households that we think are going to be struggling or experiencing some problems. So that's what we based it on, and that's how we came up with that number. Regina's numbers in terms of seniors and disabled, 25 on a waiting list, and we anticipate maybe as many as 12 at least in the pipeline right now. And those numbers are pretty firm in terms of what our how we came to the cost or the dollar figure that we have included. This will not require any hard cash from the county's part, although I did say that Cindy would be providing some in-kind to make sure that her job's to manage me in this process. So I figured that's worth about $10,000. So that's really that's a quick summary. I don't know if there are questions or not. I'd be glad to respond to questions. Regina and Carrie are both on the line, and they're able to do the same.
Any questions for Dwayne or any of the other staff in regards to this? Cindy, do you have anything else to add?
No, I do not. Thank you for all those who were involved today.
All right, thank you. And due to the time sensitivity of this, and we typically do have a hold period before we act, but since this is due early next week, I'll go ahead and read the resolution, and then if so inclined, we'll entertain a motion. And if we approve it, we will continue to accept comments through the 8th to add to the record if there are any. And the resolution simply states, whereas the state of Maryland through the Department of Housing and Community Development has solicited applications from eligible jurisdictions to apply for funding under the Maryland Community Development Block Grant Program. Whereas Garrett County is eligible to apply for funds from the Maryland Community Development Block Grant Program through the Maryland Department of Housing and Community Development. And whereas the Board of County Commissioners of Garrett County, Maryland has held the required public hearing related to the formulation of its community development block grant applications. And whereas the Board of County Commissioners of Garrett County, Maryland understands and acknowledges that it could be responsible for completion of grant activities and any corrective actions, including the repayment of funds if necessary. Now therefore be it resolved that the Board of County Commissioners of Garrett County, Maryland authorizes the submittal of applications for community development block grant for funds awarded through the Federal CARES Act not to exceed $750,000 on this 4th day of June 2020 to prevent, prepare for, and respond to the coronavirus with programs for rental assistance and senior home care. Be it further resolved that Paul C. Edwards, Chairman of the Board of County Commissioners of Garrett County, Maryland, is authorized and empowered to execute any and all documents required for the submission of the application. If so inclined, do we have a motion to accept this resolution?
So moved.
Now we have a motion. We have a second.
Second.
Motion is second. Question on the motion. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Thank you all very much. And do we have a motion to close the public hearing?
So moved.
Public hearing is closed. Thank you all.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.